Closure. You know, it's funny because this is like the one song on this whole album that doesn't really pertain to my life. I remember after I recorded this joint, I was sitting in the crib like, yo, this is the shit. This is gonna be the song that people remember. This is gonna be the song that people ask me about. And then the tape dropped and nobody said anything about this joint. So that either means that one, it's not as great as I thought it was, or two, people just didn't understand it the way I thought they would. See, after 9-4 dropped, the one song that people were talking about was Meet Ty. I remember my friend hitting me up. She was like, how the hell you just gonna end this song right there? And then people were asking me, are you ever gonna do a Meet Ty part 2? And at first I was like, nah, I'm gonna just leave it right there. Just let people hold on to that. But going into this tape, I said, I'm gonna do it part 2. But I don't want to go about it with the same formula as part 1. So what I did, I decided to play the role as Ty's brother and kind of just intertwine the stories throughout the whole verse, you know, throughout the whole song, I should say. And your first hint is in the second verse, where I talk about how his father died and then his mom got on drugs. That's exactly what happened to Ty. And then I even tell you that his brother told the pastor to send him to hell. That's one of the opening lines in Meet Ty. So yeah, like if you really listen to it, you can see that connection there. I mean, there's really not too much I can say about this joint because it speaks for itself. The reason why I called it Closure, because it's just the ending, you know, it's closure to people that were holding on to Meet Ty, that didn't understand what happened, you know, that were kind of lost after Meet Ty. So it's closure to those people. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite joints on the tape. One, because the way I went about it was a lot different than the first Meet Ty. And then two, because it's a story. I love being able to get into the roles of other people and just, you know, telling a story through their perspective. And then three, because I made the beat. So yeah, Closure. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all how I made the beat for Closure. I'm going to give you a little background on how I found this sample, because the story is actually kind of weird. So I was on WorldStar one day, and they had this video about this prostitute. She was like telling her life or some shit like that. And then I clicked on the YouTube link from WorldStar, and I got on YouTube, and then in the suggested videos, there's a bunch of other prostitutes. So now I'm like 3 videos deep just learning about prostitutes and shit. And then I found this documentary called Hookers at the Point. It was some HBO documentary. I found that, I downloaded it, and I sat there and watched this whole documentary. And at one point, they played this song by Donald Byrd. I think the name is Cristo. Yeah, that's the name of it. Cristo. And it was like just in between, like they were, I don't even remember what the hell was going on. But it was just like kind of a transition song, I guess. And they played this thing, and I said, yo, that's a sample. That's it. Like, I can use that shit. And I was all over Google searching for this song. This is actually how I found Action Bronson, because he made a song off that documentary called Hookers at the Point. Like, if you search his shit, yeah, you'll find it. But yeah, that's basically how I found this sample. It was from watching a movie about prostitutes. Yeah. It's called Hookers at the Point if you want to watch it. It's actually pretty interesting. I can't even front. So yeah, if you get time, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. But there's really not much in this beat at all, honestly. This is like probably the most simple beat on this whole tape. I'll just show you the chops that I use. Is this. I could just keep going. It's just a bunch of chops, you know, of that same vocal. I just chopped the whole thing up. The beat is really simple, as I said. Then I just got in, once I had the whole chops done, I got into my snares. I wanted something gritty. I wanted this to have, you know, a boom bap vibe to it. So I got some gritty snares. That's a real, you know, gritty snare to me at least. I got a tight snare in there just to back it up. Just to keep it all in place. Got some hi-hats. These are rides. Some rides. That's like really low. You can barely hear that, but it's in there. Then I got kicks. I believe this is hitting the bass more. Yeah, it's hitting more bass. Then I got the mid kick. And then got another little bass supporter right there. Then I got the bass line, which is something I played myself. You know, I just kind of had an ear for it. Had to work it out. Then I got the crash and then a reverse crash. That's really the whole beat. Like, there's really not too much to it. This is like the first thing that I had for this beat. I remember just rocking out to that shit. And then from there, I just added a bunch of drum patterns. It's like 5 other drum patterns. And then the other shit is just bass lines. It's really simple. This joint was really, really simple to make. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not really going to go too much in depth about the beat because, as I said, it's really simple. And then after I pieced everything together, you come out with this joint.
So there I am, just a picnic, nonchalant at his finest. The coolest little nigga, maybe I'm just being biased. Rocked an ashy black hoodie every day of the week. I had 2 holes in my jeans and some creases in my sneaks. See, it was mom and pop, they tried to keep me on the right path.